winners group. Next up on the main table, it's Marc Bijsterbosch of the Netherlands, who we've just seen beat Alex Kazakis by 5 racks to 4, taking on the American Moscone Cup player Billy Thorpe, who's had one match so far today and was beaten by Mieszko Fortunski.
Marc Bijsterbosch to break.
Chris Melling alongside me here, and Chris, I guess Bijsterbosch's frame of mind going into this completely different, having won 5-4 than if he'd lost that last rack.
Yeah, could have been totally different. He got his chance in the final rack and took it. He'll be full of confidence now. Well, he's in a tricky situation here. Another good break, but the one ball hits the middle jaw 3 times, and I'm not quite sure what he can do from here. Push out, he's going to put himself in trouble. Can he double kiss the one ball in the side pocket? It may go, and he may be able to draw it out for the 2, but I don't think the 2 goes in the left hand corner. Well, he's played a clever little shot there. He's just swerved it. Saw the spin on the cue ball and come out nicely for the 2.
He's someone who you feel hasn't really been able to establish the right rhythm. He's played well at times, but I'm going to take you back to Friday afternoon. Listen to this. Here's his record since then. Lost 1, lost 1, lost 1, lost 1, lost 1, lost 1. So he's losing every second match and winning every second match, and that underlines what I'm saying. He just can't seem to get a bit of momentum behind him and win a few matches.
Yeah, he just needs to try and win like 2 or 3 matches in a row and take the pressure off himself. Left it a little awkward again, that green 6 ball is going to be in his eye line, so this is no easy shot. Oh, and he played that well. That was a lot more difficult than it looked. He's looking to pot the 5 ball, and he wants to leave the cue ball dead in the middle of the table. That way it'll leave a perfect angle on the 6 when he cuts it in to come off. You would think 3 rails to come into the 7 for the same pocket that the 6 ball's going to go in. Oh, he's overcut the 5. Well, we said it before, he pots a lot of great shots and he misses a lot of easy ones.
Again, inconsistency.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that in this match. There's going to be a lot of missed balls because both players seem to get themselves in great position and then all of a sudden land in no man's land. Just like that. I mean, Billy should be nowhere near that 9 ball. The cue ball should be in the middle of the table, worst case scenario. And now he's going to have to rely on a little bit of luck here. He's going to try and make it into the top left hand corner or top right hand corner as we look now. But he may bank it into the opposite corner. Well, it was close.
And he's not had a result there. So a second chance for Bijsterbosch. The overcut on the 5 may not prove decisive.
Yeah, see Billy there, he's looking a little bit tired.
He's been tired all week. I think he had jet lag issues. He wasn't feeling the best earlier in the week. He says he's been getting better with every day, but then of course you recover from the jet lag and then the amount of matches you've played starts to catch up with you.
Yeah, it sure does. It's not easy to travel from one end of the world to the other and perform to the best of your ability. I mean, Marc's played a good shot there on the 6 to get to the 7, but he could have just rolled the 6 ball in the top pocket and still had the same shot as what he just had. Instead decided to screw it, and he got a little bit fortunate, got a good flick off the 7.
Well, this isn't in yet. Now it is. Needed 2 chances. Overcut the 5 to pass up the first one, but got back in, and Marc Bijsterbosch has won the opening rack against Billy Thorpe. They've played twice already in the tournament, and Thorpe has won both of them. He won 5-2 on Friday and 5-4 yesterday. And what was the first match actually of yesterday's play for both of them. Over on the other table, Jasmine Ocean had a bit of a shocker, to be fair, earlier on against Dennis Grabe on this table, but having gone over to the other side, she was 2-1 up against Kasper Matikainen, but the man from Finland has just levelled things up there at 2 apiece. They're both looking for their first win. Matikainen was beaten by Mieszko Fortunski earlier.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tight group, this one. All players knowing that if they don't finish in the top 4, they're going to be on the way home.
Yeah, none of this finishing 5th and 6th and getting another go the next day. Of course, if you do get to the semis and don't actually win the group, you're still going home. Marc Bijsterbosch, 27 years of age. He was born in 1993. On New Year's Eve, Chris, you were probably out lighting up the Yorkshire party scene that night.
Yeah, I was still very young there. I was probably in the snooker club, to be honest, practicing.
He's been around a while. He started playing in Euro Tour events when he was very young, well before the end of his teens, in fact. And got to a Euro Tour final when he was as young as 20 at the Slovenian Open, and was beaten by Dennis Grabe, who he'll be playing in his next match. So he's been around a while. Billy Thorpe, bit more of a newcomer, but he's still got a lot of experience under his belt, and he's got the break in rack 2.
Yeah, Billy's definitely got the upper hand when it comes to experience. Played the Mosconi Cup on numerous occasions.
Yeah, he's become a regular in the team now. He's played in all of the last 4, including the back-to-back wins for the Americans in 2018 and 19.
Nice shot there from Billy. Potted the 1 ball thick so that it could cannon the 2, but not left this easy. And it may look like it goes in the side pocket, but I can assure you that is very, very tight. Well, he decided to play safe. He tried to get the 1 ball in behind the 4, and he's not got it, and he's left a real easy snooker here for Marc Bijsterbosch. Good shot there from Marc. Well, Billy's gone for his jump cue. And this is a real tough one because it's a quick up and down with the cue ball. I think I'd rather come off the side rail and rest on the 2, but
Extension call.
I mean, this is really difficult. And he's done well to hit the 2 ball there, but unfortunately it caught in the middle grunt, and he's left Marc perfect onto the 2.
Early moments, but big moments here. Chance to go 2-0 up, and crucially, he'll have the break in the 3rd rack. Now this isn't a day to leave yourself sweating on a semi-final place towards the end of the round robin section. Get your wins on the board early on. Don't have to worry about staying in the tournament. And he can go 2 out of 2 if he wins this.
Yeah, and he's not played a great shot there. Could have done with more angles so he could pot the 4 and go straight up for the 5 ball. May choose to go twice across here, but he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to go close to that 8 ball. And he's close to going in behind the 8 ball. And he has. That was a bad shot that he played from the 3 to the 4. He has got a choice here. He may play the deliberate foul and play the 8 onto the 4. Got to be careful he doesn't leave a combo.
Foul.
That's a clever little shot. But Billy will just clip off this 4 ball, put the cue ball close to the 4, clip off it and send it over towards the top right hand corner pocket. Needs to get it close to the top right hand corner pocket because it's easy to get out of. Well, he's trying to get in behind the 7. I'm not sure this is the right shot. And that is the reason why. Because now Marc is just going to play a stop shot where the 4 ball is. The object ball is going to go all the way around the table and roughly go on the top rail. May have to play it with a little bit of spin just to create the angle. Doesn't want that 5 ball to go in, and it hasn't. And that's a good shot. Yeah, Billy chose the wrong option there. He needed to get the cue ball where the 5 ball is. Instead of trying to get it behind the 7, it was too risky. Good shot there by Billy though. He'll take that one. Wow, they call Billy the banker, but that was a great shot there. Great bank shot by Marc Bijsterbosch.
Yeah, and he's done really well positionally also. Still a little bit of work to do though.
Yeah, and again, it's about giving yourself the best chance to get on the 8. What is the best option to get on the 8? And for me here, he's got to kind of play a soft drag shot with right hand spin. That'll send the 7 ball thin, and he needs to try and kill the cue ball as quick as possible. It could go up and down, it's totally his choice, but I think I'd try and just kill the cue ball if it was me. Well, he needs a good kiss here. And he's got it. What a kiss that is. He was always going to have some kind of shot, but he couldn't have asked for that to be any better.
Should be routine from here. And Marc Bijsterbosch continues his positive start to the day. As he looks for another win, he leads Billy Thorpe 2-0. You've got the winners group tomorrow, Chris, and we look forward to seeing you playing in that. What's beyond that for you, though? We know tournament activity is still a bit limited, but some big events coming up. What do you expect to be playing in?
Well, I'm hoping to get a call up for obviously the World Cup of Pool and maybe the World Masters. Obviously, not a lot of players been happening over the past 12 months, but you want to play in the big events, you know. That's why we play pool. That's why we travel the world. And there's no bigger events than the World Pool Masters, the World Cup of Pool, the World 9-Ball Championship and the US Open. All matchroom events, all TV events. And that's what you practice for, the big pressure situations, the big prize money.
Whatever about those events with the small fields, and obviously it'd be very much in the reckoning to play in those anyway, but the world's 9-ball now with its 128 player field, surely you'll be in that.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. It's great that Matchroom have bought the World 9-Ball Championship. It was fantastic when we used to run it, and it was down in Cardiff, and I think it was in Kaohsiung, I think it was at one stage in the Philippines. Then it's been in Qatar for the past, I think, 4 or 5 years.
And as we see Marc Bijsterbosch scratch off the break there, just to pick up on that, I think the way the pool world, the 9-ball world anyway, is developing at the moment, there are now 2 types of events: matchroom events and non-matchroom events. They're the ones that are played in this sort of environment, perfect playing conditions, live on TV, ordinarily decent crowds as well, obviously not at the moment. And then there's everything else. And I'm not knocking the other events, because they certainly have their place, but these are the standout tournaments, and only a few years ago there only were 3 matchroom events. This year there are going to be 6.
Yeah, and you've only got to look at the likes of what Barry Hearn and Matchroom have done. They took over the darts. The darts has gone from, I think it was like 40, 50, 60,000 for the winner, and now it's 500,000 for the winner. And
that was just for one event. I mean, that's the World Championship you're talking about. They've also delivered a load of other big money events on top of that, and certainly doing similar things in pool at the moment, really expanding the schedule of glamour events.
Yeah, and Emily Fraser, who's the MD, she's very passionate about pool and always delivers what she says she's going to do, and that's important.
And so is this 9-ball. This is not what Billy Thorpe would have intended to leave himself. Still fancy him for it, but just that little bit of doubt in his mind. Marc Bijsterbosch scratched off the break and didn't get back to the table. Billy Thorpe closes to 2-1 down. We'll have more in a moment.
One thing's guaranteed, that shot will appear on plenty of highlight reels.
Whoa, did he split the wicket? What a beautiful shot that was. What a beautiful execution.
Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes it's best if you get up to the table and just hit the ball.
Sporting events should not be held until there are no new cases.
Well, that's right up there with the... No crowd, but who needs them?
Just in terms of pure potting ability, he's just one of the best we've ever seen.
Oh my word. Incredible.
What a power-packed partnership it is. Start the engraving process.
Marc Bijsterbosch scratched off the break in rack 3. Billy Thorpe made him pay for it. Taking the rack from there, getting off the mark in this one. He still trails though 2-1 as he starts us off in rack 4. Once he's tied his laces, it seems. On the other table, Kasper Matikainen is on the hill. He leads Jasmine Ocean by 4 racks to 2, looking for his first win after losing in a hill-hill finish to Mieszko Fortunski a little earlier on that table. So I think Billy's ready. Not really sure what the delay is now. It's been announced Marc Bijsterbosch will be partnering Niels Fine once again for Netherlands in the World Cup of Pool that we were talking about just before the break.
Getting 2 racks to 1.
Nice break there from Billy. Good shot of the 1 ball. Not the easiest 1 ball. Could have done with it bouncing a little bit further. Well, a bad miss there from Billy.
Yeah, you just can't rely on him this week, can you? And you said it earlier, Chris, he's played some good stuff, but he just keeps throwing in shots like that. And having seen him all week, I have to say, I had my doubts as to whether he was going to pot that one. It's just the sort of shot that he's been breaking down on.
Yeah, he just, at first glance, he just looks like when he's delivering the cue, it's pretty quick. It just needs to slow down a little bit. He don't really snatch it. It's more of a fast strike of the ball, let's say.
A jab.
Yeah, it's more like a jab. I mean, he's got the game, you know, he's got every shot in the book. If you can cut them silly little mistakes out, then he's going to be a real big danger. Nice shot there by Marc, leaving a good angle to get onto the 6. If the 8 ball's touching the rail, he could do with potting the 8 into the same pocket as he's going to pot the 6. So he can either leave a decent angle on this 6 or be straight. Well, he's probably going to draw off the side cushion and draw just past the 8 ball. I wouldn't want to play this 8 in the top pocket, that's for sure. Well, that's a great shot. That's a brilliant shot he's played there, and nicely onto the 8.
Not done a great deal wrong in this match. Okay, probably should have made more of the opportunity he had in the first rack. Got back in. Scratched off the break in rack 3. That can always happen at the best of times.
Yeah, and he played that cleverly. He just made sure that he hit it with the right pace so that the 8 ball would drop, but he's close to his work here, he's close to the cushion, but he should make it.
Yeah, don't think he minded leaving himself on the rail there, and that's a sign of a confident player. So Marc Bijsterbosch going well here, 3-1 up now against Billy Thorpe, and he'll have the break in the next rack as well. So taking control of it here as he looks to win his 2nd match in a row. And that's something he hasn't done at any stage of this tournament.
Wow, and Kasper Matikainen has just missed a sitter of a 4-5 ball. He was perfect on the 5 ball. Well, I'm afraid that is unforgivable.
Yeah, and he was closing in on completing a 5-2 win over Jasmine Ocean, so she has a chance now to pull one back. Should do it really from the position she's in over on table 2. First of back-to-back matches for her. She faces Alex Kazakis of Greece next up.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any easier for Jasmine Ocean. She seems to be playing quite well. It's just one or two glaring errors, like the mistake that she made when she miscued. She should have been 3-all in this match.
Yeah, she missed an awful lot of balls against Dennis Grabe earlier. And Grabe won 5-2 and he didn't play well. So it's 4-3 over there now. Back here, 3-1.
And another wonderful break from Marc.
I think he's wearing Niels Fine's shirt. Apparently he has to borrow one off Niels when he got here, and it just looks great, doesn't it? The orange representing the Netherlands and conjures up memories of Johan Cruyff and Dennis Bergkamp, Marco van Basten.
Yeah, it's recognised all over the world as a bright orange shirt. Everybody knows.
Well, any team sport that the Netherlands play, it always looks fantastic when you see their fans all in orange. Just a perfect view.
Oh, and he's had a right bounce off the cushion there. That was a big bounce. Needed to be a lot closer to the 2-ball and a little angle. But he can play this in such a way that he just rolls it in and flicks a 5. The cue ball will automatically go down towards the 4. Doesn't want to hit this too hard, just wants to get the 5 into the centre of the table. Well, he's just flicked it, but he's nicely on the 4.
Putting together a very solid performance here is Marc Bijsterbosch. Finished second bottom of the first group he was involved in on Friday, so only just managed to stay in. He actually lost his first 3 matches, but then won 2 of his last 3, which was a good effort to stay in the tournament. And then yesterday, bit better, won 3 out of 6, but then comfortably beaten 5-1 by Alex Kazakis in the group semi-final. Same man he's already beaten once today.
Yeah, and he's played a nice shot there. Perfect onto the 5-ball to get to the 6. Sometimes you may think these players have left the cue ball short, but there is a reason for it, and that's to make sure they have a big angle to get them to the next ball. And he's controlling this match's Marc. And you can see the confidence flowing through his veins.
Looking very efficient, very businesslike. And he's taking care of business at the moment. He's also taking care of Billy Thorpe because he leads him by 4 racks to 1. Bijsterbosch on the hill. I mentioned that he'll be playing in the World Cup again with Niels Fine. They did very well last time out. Obviously it wasn't played last year like so many other sporting events, but it was played at the Morningside Arena in Leicester in the English Midlands in 2019, and they had a very comfortable win against South Africa in the first round. Then they came up against the United States, Shane Van Boening and Skylar Woodward no less, and saw them off 7-3. And it didn't get any easier after that because they played China, the top seeds and holders in the quarterfinals, and beat them comfortably as well. Finally went down in the semis to the Philippines pairing of Carlo Biado and Jeffrey De Luna, 9 racks to 6. Netherlands have still never won the World Cup of Pool. They've been in the final twice and lost on both occasions.
Yeah, formidable team. Especially when you've got the likes of somebody like Niels on the team. I mean, you could put Niels with anybody really. He's a dominant force in the world of pool and probably relaxes his partner quite a lot, you know. Teaches him a few things on the table.
Yeah, just the easiest guy in the world to get along with. So absolutely great teammate to have. It's going hill on the other table. It seems Jasmine Ocean It's a fairly straightforward 9-ball to level things up again against Casper Matikainen. And although she has had 1 or 2 mishaps in this match as well, she looks a totally different player to the one who lost 5-2 to Dennis Grabe earlier. So we'll keep you informed on that one. Back here, Billy Thorpe needs to make things happen.
Once again, a brilliant break-off. Perfect shot of the 2. 3's near the corner pocket. And it's time for Billy to stamp his authority on this match.
Yeah, fact is, worst case scenario for Bijsterbosch, he still has 2 more breaking racks to get the job done here. But all Thorpe can do now is take care of this one, make a nice run out from the break, remind the Dutchman he's still in a match here, and then hope for the best.
Yeah, and he couldn't do much there on the 4-ball, left himself straight. Could have done with an angle to get down towards the 5, but you would expect him to miss it, to make this. Nice shot there from Billy.
Extension call.
He made 3 balls from the break in his last breaking rack, but it took him nowhere. He ended up losing that one. But this has been very efficient. And with a break and run, Billy Thorpe is hanging in there. 4-2 down, but Bijsterbosch breaking on the hill in a moment.
Sporting events should not be held until there are no new cases.
Well, that's right up there with the... No crowd, but who needs them? Just in terms of pure talking ability, he's just one of the best we've ever seen.
Oh my word. Incredible.
What a power-packed partnership it is. Start the engraving process.
break and run in the 6th rack has kept Billy Thorpe in this match. Marc Bijsterbosch still in control though, 4-2 up, and he'll be breaking next. Over on the other table, Casper Matikainen broke dry in the deciding rack against Jasmine Ocean, who ran out from there, so she's got her first win. She beats the man from Finland by 5 racks to 4 and stays on there to play Alex Kazakis next.
Yeah, big win for Jasmine there. That'll give her a lot of confidence. Played brilliant in the last 3 racks there.
Push out call.
And it's 2 hill defeats now for Matikainen. Didn't get off to a great start yesterday. Lost his first 2 matches. Done the same today.
Well, what do you do here if you're Marc Bijsterbosch? This space with a real tricky situation. He's broke off, and obviously the cue ball's gone there. He's going to play a push out. You would think he's going to be snookered after this one. Needs to slow roll the cue ball. And the tables have been rolling great. The table mechanics doing a great job in giving us the perfect conditions.
People probably think it's easy to set these tables up and make sure they're perfect. It's anything but. You really need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, and they do a fantastic job because they work all day and all night. Like I said, giving us the best conditions.
Yeah, they don't just set them up and then sit round all day. They make sure the tables stay in good condition. Look after them between matches.
Yeah, not only that, they sanitise them after every game as well. Which is obviously the government guidelines.
Yeah, all these sporting events going on at the moment have to follow very clear guidelines and procedures to be allowed to take place at all.
Well, he decided to jump over the side of the 2 ball, relying on a lot of luck, and I don't think he's got it. Well, he hasn't left the 1 ball. Very fortunate there from Marc Bijsterbosch. And Billy has left the old Watford.
The gap? Is that what you mean?
That's the one.
Well, he is playing the yellow, so appropriate you're mentioning Watford.
Yeah, I think it was... Is it Elton John's favourite team?
Well, he was chairman for some time when they had their heyday in the 1980s. I think he's still involved in some way.
And that's not Mark's best effort. He has left a combo. I'm not sure if the one will sneak past the 8. I mean, that's a real tough shot to get that past the 8 ball, but he certainly left a combo.
Yeah, that's legal in 9 ball for anyone maybe relatively new to the game, so long as you hit the lowest value ball on the table. If you pot any other ball, that counts as a legal pot and you stay at the table.
Yeah, and another very good positional shot there from Billy. Absolutely perfect on the 4 ball.
Looks like he's starting to fancy the job here.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Billy's. He plays really well and he's great to watch, especially when you watch him in America playing the bank pool and the 1 pocket. He's got to remember he's still very young and he's got a big future ahead. He's got a good family behind him, you know, and he's a very likeable character.
Yeah, he was saying his mum's cooking at home is all really healthy, so he eats really well. And then he comes away to a tournament like this and he just finds himself eating the wrong kind of stuff. But look, he's 24. It's the age you can do those things, isn't it?
Yeah, you can only get away with it for so long, though. Nice shot there to get on the 9. And this 9 ball for Billy to get within 1 rack.
And he'll have the break in the next one. So Billy Thorpe has not gone away in this match. Remember, he's still looking for his first win. He lost to Mieszko Fortunski earlier by 5 racks to 3. They've started again on the other table. Jasmine Ocean looking to back up her win over Kasper Matikainen. She's facing Alex Kazakis, who was beaten by Marc Bijsterbosch earlier on this table.
And I've got a sneaky feeling, Michael, that the 4th spot in this group is going to go down to a count back, because there's so many close games, it's unbelievable. I think it was the other day we had 6 5-4s in a row.
Yeah, and in total that day, give or take 1 or 2, I think this is right, I think it may be spot on actually, that we had 12 hill-hill finishes in the course of the day. So literally half of the matches went the full distance. Not seen many runaways this week. You, of course, kicked things off, Chris, on Monday with a 5-0 win over Ralph Souquet. Seems a long time ago now, but been very few 5-0s and 5-1s, and a lot of 5-3s and 5-4s.
Yeah, I think there's been 3 or 4 5-0s. I know I had 1, and I think Naoki Oi had 2 in a row.
Break, trailing 4 racks to 3.
Yeah, been a few along the way, but not that many. And this is another close finish, 4-3.
Oh, and just look at where the 4 and 7 have, the 5 and 7 should I say, have met in the middle of the table and closed the window of opportunity. Just look at the way the 5 and the 7 come across and stop that gap.
They're moving together there, meeting in the middle like a pair of curtains.
Yeah, Mark will be delighted to see that. Billy's gone for his jump cue. Does he go for the shot or does he go for the safety? The safety's probably the better option of the two. So he's guaranteed no position, and that is a brilliant, brilliant shot. As he left the edge.
Could have been curtains for Thorpe there if that had gone wrong, but he's still hanging in there.
Yeah, Mark's just looking to see if he can play the 1-9 combo. I mean, this is unbelievably thin.
Oh, now this is risky. And even if you do make it, maybe the danger of a scratch in the other corner.
Well, if he does hit it that thin, I don't think the cue ball will go in the corner, but I mean, this is so thin to play this. If he gets this, he deserves it.
Oh, it'd be the shot of the week.
Oh, what a roll. What a roll off the top knuckle of the corner pocket. You don't see that very often. That would normally drop in.
I talked about a scratch in the corner at the other end of the table. Almost went in there. Yeah, he's had a result.
Not too difficult, though, to get a good snooker behind the 4 and 7. 5 and 7. Said it once again. Oh, what a shot this is. What a shot Billy Thorpe has just played there. And I tell you what, if he didn't get that behind the 4 ball, he left it. Just look at this sit in behind the 4. He can play one rail and kick it in the side pocket, but it's very difficult. I personally think that the 3 rail kick would be easier. No, he's missed that by some distance, and now Billy Thorpe has a great chance to make this match 4-4
Well, this would give him such a lift. I mean, if he could see it out from here, get this rack on the board and then win the last to prevail from 4-1 down, that's the sort of thing that will really set him up so well for the day. Still most of his matches to come.
Yeah, needs to just bring the cue ball back down to the centre of the table here after this. That'll do. Nice angle to stun the 3 in. Come back across for the 4. 5 may be a little bit dodgy. It may only go in a couple of pockets, but could also be a combo on the 7. And he's played that perfect. Nice angle. Just got to play below the 5 ball here. Play it into the top left hand corner pocket. If he runs too far, he will have a combo on the 7. But whatever you do,
Attention call.
don't underhit this shot.
You've got 1 extension per rack, might as well use it.
Well, he's done the right thing there. He didn't want to underhit it, and he has overhit it slightly. He's got options. It's entirely up to Billy how he plays this. Looks like he's going to play the combo, which I think is the right shot because I think it's dead set. Can just come off the top rail if he needs to. Could even kill the cue ball and hold. Well, I don't know about that one. That's about as bad as he could have played it.
Yeah, and there it is again, isn't it? That tendency to just throw one in when everything seems to be going his way. So what does he do here? Does he play the bank, the cut?
Well, knowing Billy, he'd probably play the bank. But he's missed quite a few of these. I mean, these are nailed on in America.
Oh, that's cruel for Bijsterbosch.
What a fluke, and what a time to get the fluke. He didn't play that, he played for the other side pocket. There is always a chance of that happening.
Well, that goes wrong. It's match over. Instead of which, we're going hill-hill.
Back, Billy
Bijsterbosch 4, Thorp 4.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt Marc Bijsterbosch there. I mean, like I said, there is always a chance of that happening if you get close to the bank. It's all about the pace of the shot, but the shot before what Billy played, I mean, that was real bad judgment there.
He's resilient though, isn't he? I mean, things go wrong for him on the table. He's very capable of doing that sort of thing, producing something to turn it round, although I guess he had a bit of fortune on this occasion. But he doesn't let his head drop.
No, and that's a real good thing. Some players you do see their head drop and they're kind of giving a little bit. We've seen it a couple of times this week, but Billy's a competitor. He's aggressive in his nature of play, and he's very confident, which is important. You've got to believe in yourself. There's nothing wrong with being a little bit cocky, a little bit arrogant.
Final rack. Marc Bijsterbosch to break, 4 racks all.
So, the Dutchman has the break in the deciding rack. Can he make it count this time?
How would you like him, Michael?
Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Just such small margins though, isn't it? I mean, the 2 could so easily have been blocked by the 5 there to the corner.
Yeah, I mean, at one point I didn't think he was going to get a clear shot at the 2, but it just spun away. The 4 ball came away from the 2, and what a chance he's got to win the match. Not sure what he's thinking about here. I mean, the 2 and 3 is obvious. The 3 to the 4 is the toughest shot. Well, I can't believe he's played that.
Now, was that a case of overthinking it and letting the negativity get into his head?
Yeah, he's just completely overthought what he's doing. He's got to pot the 2 ball and stun below the 3. And then pot the 3 and stun in behind the 6. He could even play the 4 past the 6 if he needed to. I mean, he's still in control of the game, but that is real bad judgment there.
It is not a game for overthinkers.
And Billy's in a world of trouble here on the 3 ball. May have to punch the ball into the rail to create an angle, and he needs a lot of luck. And it's not bad, you know. He can make the 3. We get in on the 4. He's going to have to come twice across.
Extension pole.
Well, after what he did a minute ago, I've got to say I don't fancy him to get this. Well, he hasn't. It's gone straight in the out of the pocket. What a shot he's played there.
But isn't it amazing how often that happens when someone passes up a good chance, makes a complete mess of it, a minute later they pull out something like that.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how many times it happens as well. I mean, we've all done it. We've all made stupid mistakes and missed stupid balls, made stupid judgments.
But the key is to not compound the error by doing it again. And Marc Bijsterbosch should see this out from here. It won't be all bad news for Billy Thorpe by any means. He'll have lost his first 2 matches, but only 5-3 and 5-4. And as you said, Chris, could all come down to a count back of racks. So if you are going to lose, don't lose heavily.
Well, he's certainly got away with one here as Mark. He'll be delighted to get over the line in this match.
Marc Bijsterbosch went hill-hill with Alex Kazakis and came through. He's done the same again. Billy Thorpe came from 4-1 down to take it to 4-all, but Bijsterbosch prevails in the end. He goes 2 for 2. Next up, Thorpe back on the table to face Dennis Grape. Join us for that.